They aborted the engine fire test. Fuel system issues? Or is there something way bigger going on behind the scenes? The future of SpaceX's Starship program is hanging in the balance. We're breaking down all the latest with Ship 35 and Booster 14 and the shocking impact it could have on the entire industry. Let's dive right in. So, that aborted engine fire test with Ship 35? It wasn't just a minor hiccup, was it? When you see those unexpected flashes at the base during an earlier 6-engine static fire, that immediately raises red flags, a clear indication of potential engine trouble. SpaceX, known for their incredibly agile approach, didn't hesitate. They swiftly returned S-35 to the production site, a move that underscores their commitment to thoroughness, even amidst rapid development. Engines were meticulously swapped out, and the vehicle was back on the test stand by May 10th. The sequence of events leading up to the aborted test was textbook for a static fire. Fueling operations commenced. The telltale signs of an imminent hot fire were all there. The characteristic venting, the frosty exterior as super-chilled propellants filled the tanks, and then the deluge system, ready to suppress the immense heat and pressure. But then, that unsettling silence. No ignition. Just the frost gradually receding as they began the detanking process. What does an abrupt halt like this really tell us? Was it a mere technical glitch? A sensor anomaly perhaps? Or are we potentially looking at a more fundamental issue within Starship's complex engine technology? Could this have been a simple precautionary measure, a standard cryogenic proof test to ensure the structural integrity of the tanks at operational temperatures? Or are we potentially staring at a significant snag in the very heart of Starship's revolutionary Raptor engine design? The lack of a fiery conclusion leaves us with more questions than answers, doesn't it? While the silence surrounding Ship 35 hangs heavy in the air, the ground beneath the towering Super Heavy Booster 14 is practically vibrating with anticipation. Fresh off the back of its successful hot stage test in early April, a critical milestone proving the separation sequence, B-14 was seemingly poised to join S-35 on the launch mount, ready for the full stack. This is not just any booster. This is a booster with a proven track record, the first Super Heavy to fly twice, even achieving that seemingly impossible, almost balletic catch by the launch tower. With the intricate flight termination system likely already installed, a crucial safety mechanism, and the hot staging ring seamlessly integrated, B-14 should be technically ready to go. But the unexpected delay with S-35 throws a significant wrench into those meticulously planned operations. Are Ship 35 and Booster 14 now inextricably linked in this complex dance of development? Does the progress of one hinge entirely on the readiness of the other? And what does this unforeseen holdup ultimately mean for that ambitious, late May launch window they were so clearly aiming for? The timing of these crucial tests and launches is always so tightly orchestrated. A delay in one area inevitably creates ripples across the entire schedule. Interestingly, while the world's attention is understandably focused on the developments at Pad A, a potentially equally significant story is quietly unfolding at Pad B. The arrival of the OM-2, the massive orbital launch mount arm, a crucial piece of infrastructure responsible for supporting the immense Super Heavy booster during the intense engine ignition and liftoff sequence, occurred on May 6th. And just days later, we witnessed those massive yellow cranes moving into position, already conducting lift tests with the OM structure. Why this sudden and seemingly urgent activity at Pad B? What are they really preparing for over there? This secondary launch infrastructure represents a significant expansion of SpaceX's capabilities, hinting at a future where rapid back-to-back launches might become the norm. This is where the narrative takes a truly intriguing turn, folks. Let's cast our minds back to Test Tank 17. It embarked on a journey from Starbase, made its way to the Massey test site, and then, in a rather unusual move, promptly departed again without any publicly visible tests taking place. This somewhat secretive movement, occurring even before Ship 35's transfer to the launch site, strongly suggests that Test Tank 17 embodies something quite unique, something perhaps significantly different from previous test articles. And then you can't ignore the details of its transport, that distinctly rectangular transport stand, supported by just 4 robust hold-down clamps. This is a stark departure from the circular stands we've become accustomed to seeing for older boosters. And the label on the card it was loaded onto? That unmistakable Booster Fee 3 aft card. Booster version 3? Could this be the very reason why B-14, despite its apparent flight readiness, might be patiently waiting in the wings? Are we, in fact, on the very cusp of witnessing the debut of a fundamentally redesigned Super Heavy booster? The implications of a V3 booster could be enormous, potentially offering increased thrust, improved reliability, or even a more streamlined manufacturing process. And the breadcrumbs of this potential V3 revolution don't stop there. Not by any means. If you examine the available imagery of Test Tank 17 closely, you start to notice other subtle but potentially significant changes. Chains connected to small rings, the repositioning of what appears to be a new fuel pump opening, and other redesigned structural features. All these seemingly minor alterations strongly suggest that SpaceX engineers have been hard at work, making internal adjustments aimed at achieving enhanced performance and improved overall durability for the next generation of Super Heavy. But perhaps the most visually striking and technologically significant clue is the presence of heat shield tiles on the underside of the tank. Heat shields, a technology so intrinsically linked to Starship's ability to survive those scorching atmospheric reentries, now making an appearance on what is clearly a booster test tank. Think about the implications of this for a moment. Starship's advanced heat shield technology, meticulously designed to withstand the extreme temperatures of orbital reentry, is now potentially being integrated into the Super Heavy booster. This isn't just a minor iterative upgrade. It represents a fundamental paradigm shift in SpaceX's approach to booster reusability. They're not just aiming to catch these massive first stages. They're clearly striving for a level of full, rapid, and reliable reuse on a scale that the aerospace industry has never witnessed before. With Test Tank 17 now fully stacked, serving as a crucial pathfinder, the pieces of the puzzle seem to be falling into place, hinting at the imminent arrival of this new booster generation. And indeed, there's already talk of Booster 18 potentially taking to the skies before the end of this very year. What kind of technological marvel will B-18 ultimately be? And how seamlessly will it integrate with this bold new V3 design philosophy? The possibilities are truly staggering. Now let's pivot back to the intriguing developments at Pad B for a moment. All this focused activity surrounding the OM2, those initial lift tests, it's becoming increasingly clear that this isn't solely about providing support for the next generation of Super Heavy boosters. The official commentary explicitly mentions a planned ship-catching attempt as Pad B's first major operational milestone, potentially occurring as early as Flight 10. This indicates a significant evolution in their operational strategy, suggesting that the chopsticks and those giant mechanical arms are going to be tested and utilized in entirely new and challenging ways. Following this groundbreaking attempt, Pad B is projected to support its first full orbital launch as early as Flight 11. Pad B, therefore, isn't simply a secondary launch site. It's rapidly shaping up to be an absolutely crucial element in realizing SpaceX's incredibly ambitious vision for achieving a high-frequency launch cadence and truly sustainable, rapid reusability across their entire Starship system. They're not just incrementally upgrading their rockets. They are actively building an entirely new and far more capable launch and recovery ecosystem. And in a truly bizarre and almost poetic twist of fate, while SpaceX continues to aggressively push the very boundaries of future space technology, a tangible relic from the distant past made an entirely unexpected return to Earth. The Soviet Venus lander, Cosmos 482, a spacecraft launched way back in 1972 as part of the Soviet Union's ambitious planetary exploration program, finally concluded its incredible 53-year journey in Earth orbit, eventually succumbing to atmospheric drag and splashing down in the Indian Ocean. Originally designed with the singular mission of landing on the scorching surface of Venus, a launch vehicle failure tragically left Cosmos 482 stranded in Earth orbit for over half a century, becoming a silent testament to both ambition and the inherent risks of spaceflight. Despite decades of being tracked as a piece of increasingly deteriorated space debris, with numerous predictions suggesting significant structural damage, Cosmos 482 reportedly survived its fiery re-entry relatively intact. Its remarkably robust design, specifically engineered to withstand the extreme pressures and temperatures of Venus's dense atmosphere, surprisingly provided it with enough resilience to endure its final descent through Earth's own atmosphere. Think about the sheer irony of that for a moment. Technology from the height of the Cold War space race, meticulously crafted to survive the hostile environment of an alien planet, potentially offering invaluable insights into the long-duration effects of the space environment on materials and structural integrity for our future interplanetary endeavors. Could the very materials and shielding of this long-lost Venus probe hold crucial secrets that could inform the design of Starship for its ambitious voyages to Mars and beyond? SpaceX's unwavering and relentless pace of progress, even when faced with intriguing setbacks like the initially aborted fire test, when juxtaposed with the almost unbelievable return of a 53-year-old Venus probe, powerfully underscores the truly incredible and often unpredictable nature of space exploration. We are undeniably witnessing what could very well be a pivotal moment in the evolution of spaceflight with the emergence of Starship V3, a potential quantum leap in both technology and overall capability that could fundamentally redefine the very possibilities of humanity's reach beyond our home planet. So, with the tangible evidence of V3 hardware beginning to surface, Pad B rapidly gearing up for an entirely new era of operational tempo, and even the potential for invaluable lessons to be gleaned from a decades-old Venus probe, what singular development do you believe is the most significant revelation we've uncovered today? And perhaps more importantly, what does all of this ultimately signify for humanity's future as we continue our relentless pursuit of the stars? It's an absolutely wild and captivating ride, isn't it? And it truly feels like we are only just beginning to scratch the surface of the incredible advancements that lie just over the horizon. So from those intriguing engine tests to the silent but significant progress at Pad B, and those undeniable clues pointing towards the revolutionary Starship V3, not to mention the unexpected echoes from that Soviet Venus lander, it's clear we're witnessing a pivotal moment in spaceflight history. The Starship saga is unfolding right before our eyes, and the next chapter promises to be truly groundbreaking. Now, if you want to stay locked in with us as Space Corps uncovers every detail of this incredible journey, the triumphs, the challenges, and every single step toward the stars, then hit that subscribe button right now and make sure that notification bell is on. We're dedicated to bringing you the most insightful and engaging analysis, and you won't want to miss our next deep dive into the Starship universe. What are your biggest questions right now? What part of the V3 development has you the most excited? Jump down into the comments and let's continue this conversation as part of the Space Corps community. Your insights and thoughts fuel our exploration. The path to the stars is an ongoing adventure, full of surprises and incredible advancements. And right now it feels like we're on the cusp of something truly extraordinary. Thanks for joining us here at Space Corps. Keep that wonder alive, keep looking up, and we'll catch you in our next exploration of the cosmos.